Alright, you guys, so today we're going to be taking a look at our beautiful craft wall. So we had a few reasons for creating this space, which I'll talk about in a second, but let's look at what it started out as. Dun, da, da, da. Wah, wah. We have a large space up here that is full of boring white walls. So we decided that we wanted to create a space that we could look at and create in that would just really be inspiring to us. So a few of you have commented on a couple of things on our wall that you really enjoy them, and we wanted to share with you kind of how we put this together, and afterwards I'm going to show you how to make some of the stuff on our wall. So when we were deciding what we wanted, I'm going to pan back here a little bit. When we were deciding how to set this up, we decided we wanted it to be a space that was bright so that it was happy, and we wanted to create something that would inspire us to make beautiful things and also was functional. So you see on the sides here there are a couple of white cubby things that have some of our craft supplies in it. So we found a few cute little baskets and boxes, and they're full of twine and markers and different paper and things like that. Over here we've got a little ribbon spool and all of our pens, lots of other fun stuff. So this is kind of a functional part of our wall. After that, we decided that we wanted to, telephone. So we started at the top, and we looked at a few of the things that we had around, because you don't always have to buy brand new things to make beautiful things. So we had this curtain rod, that silver curtain rod at the top. We had that. So we decided we were going to bring it in from one of our houses. It was just sitting in a closet, and put it up on the wall, and then we hung the word create from it, because that's what we want to do every day. We want to create beautiful things. So we decided on a few bright colors to use, and we bought the wood letters, thank you Joanne, from a craft store, and we didn't really love the colors, so we picked out some different colored cardstock, traced the letters, and glued it on top. And if you'll notice, let's see if I can reach it here, this is not an E, it's an F. Whoops. They only had F's. So we decided that we didn't want that to stop us. So we bought the F's, we traced an E, and we put that over the top. So don't let that hold you back. Okay, so that's where we started. The second thing we did was this quote in the middle. And I've said before, we love quotes, and this one is pretty much our lives. So eat, sleep, craft, repeat. So I just took a piece of watercolor paper and took some watercolors, picked some colors that we liked, kind of made that on the back, just used some watercolors, spread it around to give it some different color. And then we cut these words and these arrows out of vinyl and put it on the paper. But you don't have to cut it out of vinyl. You could definitely cut this out of paper and glue it on. We just had vinyl, so we decided to do it that way. And then in the back, what it's placed on is a chalkboard that was in the clearance section at a local craft store. So don't skip those clearance sections. You can make them into something beautiful. What is the font, Cindy asks. You know what? I'm not sure, but I will get back to you on that one. We'll look up that font. I want to say it's, I don't want to guess. I'll let you know. Okay, so those are our main pieces, and then I am going to pan over. We're going to go from right to left and look at the rest of our stuff. So scooch with me over here. This is a photo of Joanne with her adorable grandson Braxton. We just had a really cute frame and we wanted to use it, so we stuck this up here to kind of give some, you know, encouragement and personalness. We had some shelves that we use too. You could see there's a couple shelves over here too that are the same style. So we put one up here, and we have a couple things that This is also the functional part. We have some buttons and some twine and some markers that we can just grab and use. Just a photo album. We thought it was super cute, so we added that too. And then the stars. So someone mentioned just a few minutes ago that they love the stars. These are just made out of pattern paper. That's all. Some pattern paper and some folding. I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. So you want to stick with us for a little bit. I'll show you how to do that. We picked yellow and blue because they were bright, and then we picked this other kind of funky colored pattern paper just to give it a little bit of fun. So those are our paper stars. I'm going to pan down a little. Okay, this flower garland. How stinking cute is that, right? Also, just paper and glue. So I'm going to show you how to make those. This is pattern paper and cardstock that we cut and wrapped and glued onto a piece of twine, and it's just hanging as a garland on the bottom. Adorable, right? Okay, keep going. We love these little vintage baskets, so right now we have some cards in there, so that's just where we store those. We have a frame that it was just a wooden frame, one of those cheap wooden frames you can get from a craft store. We put some really cute pattern paper on it, and then we, added the frame to our wall. Over here, dollar store succulent plants, you guys, because green always makes me happy. So we added some of those, so don't forget your local dollar store. And then up here on top is another paper project. These are our pinwheels. So you can just take some pattern paper and make some cute little pinwheels. And if you wanted to, you could put a dowel on those and give them to your kids or take them to a parade, whatever you want to do. We added them to our wall because we thought they were fun. So I'm also going to show you how to make those. So this is our craft space. We love looking at it every day. And what we want to know from you is, what does yours look like? Do you have a craft space that you've created? Do you have a wall? Take a picture of it. Post it in the comments here. If you don't have a craft wall, wish you did, post a picture of your dream craft wall. A little bit ago, a couple days ago, we posted a link to she sheds, which are like the greatest thing ever. Do you have a she shed dream? If you do, post a picture of it. So we are going to take everyone who posts a picture of their craft wall or their dream craft wall. We're going to put you in a drawing to win 10 yards of baker's twine. And yeah, we'll draw that name at 3. So I'm going to hand the phone off to Joanne, and I'm going to show you how to make this awesome craft paper project. All right, so let's get started. First, I'm going to show you.
Hold on, Chelsea. It's really blurry. Oh, there. Okay.
Okay. Now we're good.
Our connection is weak. That's why it might be a little blurry.
Well, hopefully we'll stick with you. I promise. I promise they're not complicated, even blurry. Okay, so the first one we're going to start with is these stars. So, like I said, this is just made out of a piece of paper. You can use cardstock, you could use pattern paper. I just used cardstock for this one, just to make it simple. So, we cut out a 6x6 star using our silhouette, and you can make them bigger or smaller. A 6x6 star will make this size, so you can see my hand for comparison. It'll make about this size of a star once it's folded. Okay, so this is a score pal, and we have a stylus here. And so what you're going to do is you're going to line up the point and the valley on the opposite side, and you're going to score that all the way down. And then you're going to turn it, and you're going to do that for every point and every valley. Just score it. Now, if you don't have one of these handy dandy score pals or a stylus at home, you can either use, some people have a scoring blade on their paper trimmer. You can use that. Or if you are like me and you like to be super thrifty, you can actually just fold it. So it's a little less guaranteed that it'll be a perfect bend, but you can just match it up and fold it in half all the way around. Just make sure you do every single point and valley. Okay, So that's all you do, and then we're gonna start making our star. So one of the things I like to remember is the tips are going to be the peaks, that's what's gonna stand up, and the valley is gonna be the valley. Go figure. So I start with the tips. So you're just gonna pick it up, bend it at the scored line, and then go to the next one. Just bend it, make sure that it's pretty set. We just have 5 of them. Okay, once all of those are bent, then you're going to go to your valleys. So I like to take both tips, press them together. It makes it really easy to squeeze the valley. So then you just do that all the way around. Nice and simple. And there we are. Paper star. So we put these on our wall, but you could put these anywhere. You could use these, would have been great for 4th of July, or got you know, Flag Day, all those sorts of things, but birthday parties, whatever you want. Okay, so that is our star. Very simple. All right, next we're gonna look at our pinwheel. So this is another really simple paper craft to do. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is pick a piece of paper with colors that you like. So you could do just plain cardstock. We picked pattern paper, and if you do pick pattern paper, just make sure that you like both sides, because both sides are going to show in the pinwheel. So 6 by 6, just cut a 6 by 6 square. That's going to be the measurement of the day, 6 by 6. Okay, so you're going to take that and you're just going to fold. No fancy way of doing this, just fold to the point, open it back up, fold to the other point. So you're just going to be folding it in half into triangles twice. Okay, so you can see those creases. You're going to take a scissors and you're going to cut on the fold about an inch from the center. Okay, you can do less or more if you want. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say more. You could do less than that, but an inch was an easy thing for me to remember. So we're just going to do about an inch. So all you have to do is cut each side, each corner into the middle. Okay, then the next part, you're just going to take one corner and you're going to bend it in. And this is where you can decide which side you want to see. So on this one, you can see that I bent in the circles, and so the fan part of it is the stripes. So let's do that on the opposite side so you can see what the other side would look like. So you're going to bend it in like this, and you're just going to keep going around and bend each point in. Okay, so we have a nice little punch, but you can use anything to make a little hole. We're just going to make a little hole in the end of the ones that we're bending in, so we can put a brad in and secure it. It doesn't have to be perfect. They're all going to line up on top of each other, so just kind of near the end. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start by feeding a brad through the top one, and then you're going to feed underneath. So just like this, all the way around. If I can get it in there. There we go. Technical difficulties. Okay, then you're going to take that and you're going to poke it through the bottom. So we started with a little hole just to make it easy, but these brads are sharp and paper is thin, so you just stick it through, bend down the sides, and there's your pinwheel. So there's the two different options with the stripes on the inside versus the dots on the inside. So then, like I said, you can just take this and you can glue a paper dowel to it, or a wooden dowel. You can do lots of different things with these. So there's our pinwheel. And one last project. Our paper flower garland. So I'm going to show you how to make one of these paper flowers. Now these are the flowers that you see on the wall behind us. We purchased this cut file, and so it cut it out for us, and then we just needed to wrap it and put it onto our twine, or I'm sorry, our jute. So you don't have to purchase a cut file though if you don't want to. You can just create these on your own. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. These are the flowers that I created just on my own. So we're going to take another 6 by 6, imagine that. So 6 by 6 piece of paper. All you have to do is take a scissors, just kind of cut around. This does not have to be perfect. Actually, the less perfect it is, the better, because it's going to create some natural waves in your flower petals, and it'll be really cute. So you're just going to kind of do a big circle, okay? And throw that scrap to the side. So now you're going to cut in a spiral. So just start in one end, and you're going to cut around. Again, this does not have to be perfect. It doesn't even need to be uniform in width, just however you want to do it. And keep going around. You're going to go pretty far. You're going to go, we're not going to cut it completely through, but you're going to go further than you would think. So I usually stop about here. You're going to have a little round spot, and that's going to be the base of your flower. So we've got our spiral here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to wrap the flower from the outside in. And I know that sounds a little strange, but I think when you watch me do it, you'll see how that works. So one thing you'll need to have besides scissors and some paper is hot glue. So I've tried this with a few different adhesives, tape, different types of glue, and hot glue definitely is the way to go here. So I'm going to take our hot glue gun. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a pretty sizable amount in the middle, and then I like to go just a little bit out to make sure that it sticks pretty well. So you're going to take this and you're going to start wrapping. Let's see if I can find a way for you to see this well. You're going to start wrapping around the outside, make a pretty wide bell, and we're just going to start going around. This is the slow part. You kind of got to hold it a little bit for it to stick. Okay. Then you're going to wrap inwards, kind of toward the center here. I'm going slow so that it sticks. Okay, we're going to stop for just a second. Okay. So you're just going to keep wrapping around toward the inside. And you're going to see that it's going to continue to make smaller and smaller petals as we go inward. Can you see this?
Yeah.
It's kind of challenging with my fingers in the way. Okay, so I'm going to pull it away and just wrap these real quick, and then I'll show you kind of how I finish it off. So you see this little tab at the end? I like to just grab that with my finger and squeeze it between my finger and my thumb. And then stick my thumb or my finger in the center and just kind of wrap as tightly as I can and hold it there for a second. Just to kind of let it all stick into that glue on the bottom. And then that gets your center a little bit tighter. Okay, so once that glue dries, which it's being a little testy right now, of course, you are going to end up with one of these lovely flowers. So these can be used for so many things. We just took them, put a little bit of hot glue underneath the bottom petal and hung them, just put some jute behind it, and so it made a garland. You can see that on the back wall there. You can use these, I've actually made these out of fabric before and hot glued them to a purse that I had to just kind of give it a little bit more personality. You can put these on a table for just a cute little centerpiece, or put it around some candles. Another super cute idea would be to put them on top of a gift. So there's lots and lots of ways you can use these flowers. And they're super easy, and you can use them with almost scraps that you have left over. They don't have to be 6 by 6. This is the size of flower you'll get if you use 6 by 6, but you can use any size you want. They'll just be bigger or smaller, or depending on how tight you wrap them. So that's how you make your paper flowers. So we have all of our fun projects here today. We really hope you try them and that you let us know how they worked for you, how you used them. Snap a picture and show us what you used them with.